is a scholar program where we are working on creating scholars. And this slide here highlights how we're doing that. As a scholar, these program activities here are the expectations that you that we expect from you as you embark on this. The first thing that we do is pair you with a mentor, just like Dr. Morita said. We also have weekly check-ins, and last year and probably this next cohort would be with myself and Dr. Ortega, where we just see where we are, see where each person is at in research and or in their projects. And this is just to keep people on track. But most importantly, it's to establish this network and cohort of collaborators, and for people to learn off of each other and to see, the different routes that a scholarly project that research can go into. And we also have research in progress sessions, which are a little bit more formal, check-ins, and we have the poster presentations during our symposium. So this is a requirement, but it is extremely encouraged that those putting the work into the poster presentations are able to deliver these presentations at other conferences, not just ours that happens in October. And again, this is perfect practice to submit abstracts to conferences that we have, conferences that you know about, and conferences that you don't know about. We are a network. We are a network with other institutions and other colleagues that may know of conferences that we try to target our scholars to apply to. Another goal is to prepare a manuscript. So how you do that is these on the scholars guided objectives are the requirements that you're supposed to complete, which is developing a research question, creating a background, a method, the result, a conclusion. And all of this is to really help you develop a scholarly product that can turn into easily into a manuscript, depending on how far you're able to go in the months that we spend together. So the commitment is to complete a scholarly project by the end of the academic year. And this really actually, we kind of start our projects in about March and April is when you're meeting with your mentor and establishing a project idea. And by October, the goal is to have something to present. As we learn and some of the scholars can speak to, very little can get done in that amount of time with regards to a lot of higher impact research projects. And it's even more complicated with the situation that we've had this year being completely virtual, having research kind of be on the back burner. But by no means were any of our scholars unable to develop a scholarly project. It may not have had the end goal that people had desired, but they were remarkable outcomes that people were able to get and remarkable progress in a very scholarly and academic research project. The time commitment can be about 5 hours a week over a 6-month period. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on, or mostly a little bit more, depending on how much time and effort you want to put into. This is your project. So you take this on, and it is a lot of the time, how much do you want to see it through in October or beyond that? A lot of our scholars are taking their projects beyond the 1-year commitment. And then we do our weekly check-ins. We'll have about 12 over the summer, and we expect everyone to attend 7. And again, like I said, the main goal that we're heading towards is to have something to present on the 2021 MOLA Latino Health Symposium, which is in the second weekend of October, I believe now, or maybe the first. It's the second for next year. And yes, to have something to present. But again, by no means is that, for some people it does mark the end of their scholarly commitment, but for others, they like to take this on and continue with the support that MOLA offers. I do want to kind of make you aware of when you can expect the scholarship decision, which would be in about February. So after our deadline, we'll meet as a subcommittee, and it is more than just myself, Dr. Morita, and Dr. Ortega. We have past scholars reviewing scholarship applications and a very varied, diverse group of of reviewers. And then in March is when we would acknowledge our new 2021 scholar cohort. And we would also, by March, have a plan to connect all of our scholars with a mentor. And then between April and September is the meat, is when you really will be working on your projects, working with your mentors, meeting with your supervisors. I would like to note that there is, for most people, the difference between a mentor and a supervisor. The mentor is your personal, one-on-one guiding person who is helping you through your project. And then your supervisor is who you're turning in things to. And we'll also, as supervisors, give feedback on some work. And then in October is when we hope that most people will have results from their scholarly project. Again, for some people, it just turned into a feasibility project. And just they presented what their project would have been had they had more time. And for others, they had results, data, and a strong conclusion, and are currently working on a manuscript. So both projects very highly impactful in just the scope of what can be done in a short amount of time in a virtual world is different.